Hi, and welcome back to Talk of the Town. Have you ever spent much time thinking about how to care for urban trees? It's okay if you haven't, because we've got the expert here who has spent plenty of time thinking about that. This is Brianna Frank with Tree Health Management. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
So you're the owner, and we're talking a little bit about, some things I don't know a lot about, and I'm excited to learn more. So thinking about keeping your trees healthy for homeowners, what are some important things to know?
Sure. Well, I think like all living things, a few things that we need to think about are proper nutrition, water, and regular checkups.
Just like people.
So, right.
Yeah.
Kind of like people. Trees are on a little bit different of a time scale.
Yes.
So we have to remember that we do things to trees in the urban environment that they wouldn't normally experience in the forest.
Sure.
So we rake all of their leaves away every year to make our lawns look neat. And in reality, those leaves recycle into the ground to offer nutrition back to our trees. So one kind of great way that homeowners can mitigate that and help to give proper nutrition to their trees are mulch rings.
Okay, great.
So we install natural mulch rings that degrade and decompose and offer nutrition back to the soil.
I'm just going to use it as an excuse not to rake. Is
Great.
that possible?
Don't rake, don't rake.
You don't have to rake, it's okay. But no, it's nice to know that there's another option. So a mulch ring is one of the things that you can do. Do people at home, a typical homeowner, do they need a professional arborist? What's your thoughts there?
Well, I guess to varying degrees, it depends on how much they know about trees.
Sure.
You know, some people don't know even what type of trees they have on their property. So there are some types of trees that can only be cared for instance, in the dormant season. You don't want to prune them or cut them in when they have leaves on because you can expose them to disease and insect issues.
Wow.
So that's, learning what trees that you have and how to properly take care of them is a really important part of involving a certified arborist on your property. But also it's pretty tough to care for big trees that we live with. Most homeowners don't have the skill level or expertise to be able to get up there and properly prune or maintain those trees.
Right, or equipment sometimes too. Okay, so this is a time in some of our lives out there as it's getting warmer where we have construction projects, remodels are happening. How do we care for our trees during things like this that are so outside of a tree's normal life cycle?
Well, I think oftentimes people don't even think about the trees when they're doing a remodeling project. So homeowners really just need to know that when they start to encroach on the drip line of a tree, so once you get inside the underneath of the crown, that it's really important to start thinking about how many roots are being damaged in a project. So involving an arborist on site when you're doing a project like that is going to help you, one, retain the tree, and two, not create a situation where that tree becomes dangerous.
And if a tree is undergoing sort of an illness or a sickness, because they get sick, right? How do you know? What signs are we looking for?
Well, a few signs that homeowners will call about are deadwood in the tree. Parts of the tree start to die, or something looks a little off color, or maybe the tree didn't leaf out as fast as it did the year prior, or it loses its leaves early, or they noticed an insect. One big reason for a homeowner to give an arborist a call is if they were to see mushrooms growing at the base of their tree or on their tree, because that can be an indicator that the tree has some internal problems.
I see. Wow, there's lots to know. Geez, we need more than 5 minutes, but we got to go to break in just a few seconds, and I want to ask a little bit about planting. And if folks are out planting in their yards right now, how do you know what kind of tree to plant?
Well, you need to know how much space you have first. So
good to know, right?
the biggest problem that we see is seeing a tree that's going to be too big stuffed into a little tiny space. So really take a look at your specs and make sure that tree's going to fit over time. And then one of the things that I tell homeowners quite often is that whenever you have a fast-growing tree, you give up some strength. So when that wood grows fast, it grows weaker. So that's not necessarily a tree that you want right up against your house. You want something that's going to be a little bit more structurally.
Sturdy. Yes. Interesting facts. Wow, I could talk to you all day about trees. I didn't know there was so much to know, and I bet there's a lot more in there that we'll have to pick your brain later. But we got to go to break. This is Brianna Frank with Tree Health Management. Thanks for sharing that with us. We'll be back with more Talk of the Town after the break. Stay with us.